Gold versus silver, a very original title that I made up.
Really? You made up?
No, it's not original. A lot of people done videos like this, gold versus silver, silver versus gold. There's tons of video on YouTube and some videos that I made myself titled gold versus silver. So, to be honest with you, the way I came up with this title is I had a thumbnail in my mind and I created it and I was like, man, this thumbnail is so amazing that I need to have an amazing video for it.
It's not a good video without me, ain't it?
So today I'm going to try to create an amazing video to go with that amazing thumbnail. Gold versus silver.
Yes, and we all know who's gonna win, don't we? Are you sure about that? Because we all know that I'm gonna win.
A lot of people may be like, hey, you know what? I just love silver and that's all I'm going to be buying, just silver. And there's some people that's just like, you know what? Forget silver, gold is where it's at. So let's just focus on gold and don't worry about silver. So this video is not really here to let you know, hey, should you buy silver or hey, should you buy gold? I'm just gonna give you guys the pros and cons of both silver and gold and whether you should be buying. As far as my opinion, I believe you should be buying both because diversity is key when it comes to precious metals. Matter of fact, when it comes to everything. But let's start now. Thank you guys so much for watching another video from Urban Lifestyle. My name is Eli. This is a community over 8,000 strong. If you guys would like to help support this community, you guys can help out by leaving a subscribe, comment down below, leaving a thumbs up. Find me on my social media platform, Urban Lifestyle 1989. And don't forget to hit that notification icon so you guys get future notifications of my future videos. And if you guys do decide to join this community, I sincerely want to say thank you in advance. So, question of the day. What do you guys like better? Is it gold or is it silver? Comment down below. Let me and the community know. So before we get into this video, there's a couple of things that you guys would need to know. All right. And the first thing is silver and gold is closely connected, meaning that both of these precious metals, they both move opposite of the stock market, which means when the stock market is going up, precious metals like gold and silver are going down. And when the stock market is going down, precious metals like gold and silver are on their way up. Now that's a great safe haven for anybody who just want to protect themselves from the market values. Now the second thing we need to know, and I do believe we do need to know basic stuff when it comes to stuff that we plan to buy or plan to invest in, which is gold is typically a go-to for investors, but at the same time, industrial demand for silver puts it in a new light for investment potential. What does that mean? There's so much use for silver that gold doesn't have, that it brings silver to a whole new light for investors. It's like, hey, you know what? Silver is gonna be here. And matter of fact, number 3 is gonna explain that a little bit more. 50% of silver is used in electronics, solar panels, the medical field, and so much other stuff with no signs of slowing down. So if you're an investor and you're looking into silver, these are stuff that you should be looking at. You're like, hey, listen, there's no sign of slowing down, which means that the demand for it is growing, which means this is a good investment. That's if you're seeing silver as an investment, of course. But guys, let's take a poll. What do you believe is better for you, silver or gold? And I honestly want to say, I want you to think about it this way. What would you rather get? If you saw silver on the floor and you had just so much to get enough, but you also saw a whole bunch of gold and you have only a little bit amount of space in your pockets, what would you do? Would you go for the gold or would you go for the silver? Here's the poll right there. Let me know what you guys would do. All right, so now let's talk about the pros and cons when it comes to silver. Some of the pros that silver does has is physical strength. Silver is very stronger than gold. Gold being real soft, that is very easy to damage. If it drops on the floor, you can dent it. But silver has more durability than gold, all right? The silver pro number 2. Industrial demand, which means a lot of people need silver. They need silver for solar panel, they need silver for technology, they need silver for everything. Well, not everything, but a lot of stuff that we do consume has silver in it. Now, if we look at the cars, I didn't know this until I did some research on it. The back window of the car has some lines in it. If you ever paid attention to it, that's silver to help the windows from freezing. Now, I didn't know this, maybe because I live in Miami and we don't have problems like freezing down here. It does help out if you live in New York or any other place that has a low temperature, all right? So, pros for silver, number 3. Easy to trade. What do I mean by that? It's very easy to trade. If you have silver and you want to trade it in, like let's say in a bad economy, a very bad economy, we're no longer depending on the money no more. Let's say the worst happened. SHTF situation comes to pass. It's easier to trade silver than it would be with gold, because gold has more of a value to it. Let's just say there's a system in place where you can actually trade your silver for goods and services, and you just want to buy like maybe a bag of chips from somebody. You can give them a small piece of silver versus a small piece of gold, because that small piece of gold has so much value in it, you can probably buy 100 bags of chips for that. But you can give them a small piece of silver and trade for that bag of chips. All right, so it's very easy to trade. Let's look at another pro. Good for smaller investments. Let's put it this way. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, cannot afford 1 ounce of gold. But I will say this, even if you're on the streets and you're panhandling, you can afford at least 1 ounce of silver. So it's very good if you're a smaller investor. Hey, you just don't have that kind of cash laying around you to buy gold. But silver being at $14 an ounce, you can actually go through your couch and dig for change and actually buy some silver with it. And to be honest with you, I've done this. I went to a junkyard with a whole bunch of cars, and I went through a whole bunch of cars, and I took all the pennies, all the quarters, and all the dimes I can find, and I went to my local coin shop and I bought silver with it. It is that easy. Now imagine if I went to the junkyard to look for change to buy gold. I'll be probably still in the junkyard right now to buy that gold. Now the fifth pros that silver do have is volatility for fast return. It's very volatile, which means you can buy a whole bunch of silver, and even if it just goes up 50 cents, you just made 50 cents times however much ounce you have. Let's say you were able to buy within the past 10 years, you bought at least 20,000 ounces of silver. And silver just went up by 50 cents. So that's 50 cents times 20,000. I don't know the math, but I'm pretty sure I probably have it somewhere here for you guys to see. Now we go into the cons, the silver cons. What kind of cons that we have, all right, as far as silver? Con number one, higher premiums than gold. So as I speak right now, the silver to gold ratio is about 90, close to 90, all right? So if you pay $3 on top of the melt value for silver, that's $3 times 90, which will be $30 short of $300. Versus if I were just to buy an ounce of gold, I'll probably pay just $60. So yes, the premiums for silver are higher than gold. Now the second con that silver do have is it's more volatile than gold. But wait, Eli, but that was a pro. How can you say it's a pro that is volatile, but it's a con that is volatile as well? Well, put it this way. If you can get fast returns for gold, the faster you can get the return, which means you could lose money just as fast. So that example I gave you, 50 cents times 20,000 ounces. Now imagine if the prices go down by 50 cents. How much money did you lose? So it's more volatile than gold as well. So it could be a pro and a con. Now, con number three, it takes up a lot of space. I don't think that needs any introductions. The fact is, you can hold about $50,000 worth of gold in the palm of your hand. Imagine me holding $50,000 worth of silver in my hand. I mean, it's just, it's too heavy, all right? Now, the fourth con that silver does has, it has a demand. But wait, Eli, then that's the same thing again. That's the same thing again. For the pros, the industrial demand is a pro, but how can it be a con at the same time? Well, let me explain. The fact that it does have a demand, meaning that the prices are tied up to the demand. I want you to put it this way. If an iPhone, an Apple product, the iPhone has 30 cents worth of silver inside of it, what would happen if the prices of silver just go drastically high? Let's say it costs Apple $10 now. What it used to cost them 30 cents to put in their iPhone, it costs them $10 worth of silver to put in that same iPhones. What happens? It brings up the cost of the phone. So the higher silver prices do go, the higher the price of the technology or anything that uses silver that we consume goes up. That can be a factor that actually suppresses the price of silver due to manipulation. I have to put the air quotes on that because that's sort of a gray area topic right there, all right? But yes, the fact that silver does have a demand can hold back the prices of silver. And those are the pros and cons when it comes to silver. All right, so let's go into the pros and cons when it comes to gold, all right? So some of the pros that gold do have is first, concentration of value. Like I said before, you can hold about $50,000 worth in gold in your hand. You can't even hold that much, well, depending on how much you have of it, but it'll be hard to actually hold the paper, the fiat currency of $50,000 in one hand. But gold, I mean, it may be hard for $50,000 for you to actually hold that much in gold, but you can. Especially if you just put it all into one bar. You can actually hold it. Maybe a little bit heavy, but you can do it. Pro number two when pertaining to gold is very durable, all right? Now, I don't mean that it's stronger than silver, but it won't rust, it won't tarnish, it won't do all the stuff that silver will do during time. It doesn't even contain milk spots. So gold is very durable, all right? It won't rust like I said before. It will just stay beautiful, point blank, all right? So the third pro that gold do have is the prices are stable, which means it makes it a much more of a safe haven when it comes down to investors. You can actually put your money into gold and it's more stable versus, like I said before, if you have a whole bunch of silver and lose 50 cents, you lose a lot of money. But if gold is so stable that, hey, it could just lose $50 here and then go back the next day, you may just lose $100 there. Yeah, it's very stable, okay? So the fourth pro that gold do have is gold is extremely liquid.
Huh? I thought gold was a solid.
I know, I don't mean that kind of liquid, all right? But meaning that, hey, it's easier to get off, it's easier to sell. The fact that it's golden is very popular amongst everybody. You can go to anybody in the world right now and they know what gold is, all right? So yeah, it's very liquid. Now the last pro that gold do have, last but not least, of course, it's a stronger investment demand, which means investors, a lot more investors are buying up gold, all right? They're morely looking at gold. As far as this community right here, is practically a silver community, but if we really go to the bulk of it, a lot of people would much rather have gold than silver. And it goes back to the poll I just took. Like I said, if you have this much amount of silver right here, but you only have like your pockets and you have this much amount of gold, what are you gonna attack first? Are you gonna go for the gold or are you gonna go for the silver? Well, gold is on this side, silver's on that side. But you guys know what I mean. What would you go for, all right? So yeah, now we're going into the cons of gold, all right? The first one is it has a negative yield investment. Okay, silver has so much stuff you can do with it. You can put it in solar panels and pretty much everything I said before. But gold, there's not that much stuff you can do with it. Besides, it looks pretty. But there's not that much things you can do with gold, all right? So yeah, a negative yield investment. The second con that gold do have is it's expensive. I mean, come on, like guys, let's take that out the way. It is very, very expensive. I mean, I have to budget. I'm planning on buying at least 1 ounce of gold every month for the next 5 months. And my gosh, I have to really put some brain power into budgeting to actually buy 1 ounce of gold. Versus, hey, I can buy 15 ounces of silver this month. I can buy 20. I can even buy 50 ounces if I please to buy. I can do it. But with gold, I have to really dig down deep for it. All right. So the last con that gold do have is it's not ideal for everyday purchase. Like I said, I can buy as much silver as I want. I can buy a silver, 1 ounce, 2 ounces, 3 ounces a day if I choose to. But with gold, oh my gosh, we're talking about everyday purchase, like 31 days for a whole month. If I were to put that, I'll be on the streets, honestly. And I still wouldn't hit my goal of actually buying 1 ounce of gold every day. Honestly, you would actually have to make $2,000 every day for you to actually keep up with your living expenses, pay off your bill, and also buy 1 ounce of gold each and every day for a whole entire month. Don't get me wrong, I would love to get to that point, but I'm not at that point now. All right, so those are the pros and cons when it comes to gold. So I gave you the best of both worlds. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys much rather gold or much rather silver? As an investment standpoint, of course. Not if you just found it on the floor, which one you go. Of course, everybody will go for the gold. But as far as your pockets, what is it that you would most prefer? Gold or silver? Comment down below, let me know. But guys, that's pretty much all I have for you guys for today. Thank you so much for watching in this video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, and have a beautiful day. And one more thing, guys, don't forget to work and grind. Everything